Hi, this is Bob McCleary, author of Winning Your First Election, A Beginner's Guide. Today I'm going to talk to you about planning your campaign. Before you ever file for office, you need to have a detailed plan in place as to how you're going to win. Candidates don't win by accident. They do so by careful planning. You need to be completely prepared before you step into the political battlefield. If you're just now considering a political move and the filing date is only days away, you need to seriously consider whether or not you have enough time to properly prepare. Rash moves can be expensive and disappointing. A political campaign is generally not something you put together over a weekend or at the last minute. You need to properly prepare and plan out how you're going to win. You need time to raise money and research your opposition. Jumping into a race at the last minute can be just as bad as being in the wrong political party for your demographics. If you're serious about winning an election, you need to start planning months before the filing date. I decided to run for the legislature more than a year prior to the beginning of my actual campaign. I knew the legislature was reapportioning the districts, and I felt it was as good an opportunity as any to take on an incumbent. For several months, I carefully planned the stages of the campaign and how I was going to defeat him. I would have never moved forward had I not felt that I had a winning strategy months before the actual filing. It is far better not to have ran than it is to have lost. It is much harder to get financing and support when you've already lost and you have that on your record. It's especially hard for those perennial candidates who run every year, year after year, without ever winning an election. They lose all credibility with both the voters and the contributors. Don't ever do that to yourself. Don't get me wrong, people can lose an election and still come back later. It's happened before. What I'm telling you is the obstacles become greater with each defeat. If you've lost an election in the past, be careful in calculating about your next race. Make sure you have a winning plan in place before ever stepping out into the political battlefield. I also want to point out that you should have a theme for your campaign before moving forward. The theme is the central communication that you want to make with the voters, and those components I cover in my book. The theme will give you an advantage over most competitors and should be well in place before the campaign ever starts. Some of the other components that you probably need to think about before filing are your sign planning, your canvas scheduling, early voting, phone canvassing, get out the vote plan. You can find all these things and so much more in my book, Winning Your First Election, A Beginner's Guide. Unlike any other political book out there, mine comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. If you read my book and you don't think the information was well worth the price you paid, I'll give you your money back. It's that simple. So with that guarantee, what do you have to lose? Click on the banner and start your political career today. This is Bob McCleary. Thank you so much for watching.